everyone, it's Sharonda from Pay or Wait, and today I'm going to be reviewing Power Season 6, Episode 12, He Always Wins, okay? And you know why I didn't win? Because I forgot to tell you guys that I was in LA for the Critics' Choice Awards, so that's why I wasn't able to do a review. I'm doing it now, my first free day in Atlanta. So, like I said last week, I'm not a fan of these like flashback episodes. I know that everybody was like, oh, I like it. I think it's going to be cool. Now y'all see with this type of episode, it's not fun anymore, okay? Especially when you focus your entire episode on a character that don't nobody care about. Who care about Pies? Because I sure as heck don't. I don't care about this lady. I'm sorry that your sister died, ma'am, but like you don't need your whole own episode. Like you got all these suspects left and you gonna do a whole episode on Pies. I didn't understand it. It really bothered me. But let me go ahead and recap the episode. And let me just let you guys know when I'm doing a review on an episode, like it's spoiler. I talk about spoilers. Someone got really upset last week that they didn't know that this was going to be a spoiler, and I was just really confused. I was just like, but it's an episode review. I don't know how you review an episode without talking about the episode. But just so everybody knows, we about to do spoilers. So Pie sent up her having dreams about Ghost killing her sister, and I gotta hear her scream again, murderer! Murderer! You murdered my sister! Okay, girl, like how many times people gotta tell you like he didn't do it, but you just, in her mind, she's so convinced that he has something to do with her death, which he technically does, but it wasn't him who pulled the trigger. So she's taking care of her dad, and she's moved into Angela's apartment, and her son is with her as well. So I was really annoyed by her son. Like, I really have to take time to talk about this because he was like, what's up with the money? Am I going to be able to go back to school? I was like, I ain't never seen somebody who was so excited to get their behind back to school. But I was like, sir, you asking about Angela money like you was working for her. Like, I just didn't understand the whole episode. What about her money? What am I going to be able to do? I said, sir, do you hear yourself? It's the definition of selfishness. Selfish, okay? You're selfish. You're ungrateful, you're selfish, and you're just raggedy all around because he just really bothered me this entire episode. But one of the interesting choices I thought it was for Pies to go talk to Tasha. I know they kind of had, found a common ground at Angela's funeral and how she helped her out. But I was just like, why are you trying to convince Tasha to take Ghost down? And then I like how Tasha's like, he always wins, echoing the words of the title of the episode. But then when she tried to take, like, help me find justice for Angela, I said, ma'am, did you forget that your sister was a homewrecker? Like, did you forget that he was married? He still is married to Tasha? And your sister was smashing her husband, like, messed up her whole family? I was just like, I don't know why you felt like saying that you wanted to get justice for Angela was really going to do something for Tasha's spirit and make her want to help you. And I'm glad that Tasha quickly reminded her and let her know about her sister. And so Pies goes and gets a gun. She got this gun the whole episode, y'all. If I see her take that gun in and outside of her purse one more time, I was literally going to scream. I was going to scream. I was just like, ma'am, you're not about this life. You're not going to do anything with this gun. And then I was like, how did you make it all these places with this gun? Because it's not like you were really doing a great job at concealing anything and not get caught. I was just mad confused the whole episode. Like, why hasn't she been caught yet? You didn't talk to all these people. You didn't need no metal detectors when you went into the ASA's office, the USA's office. I was just so confused the whole episode why no one caught her with this gun. So she talks to Sax. She goes to try to see Sax at work, but Sax got fired. So she talks to Jacob raggedy behind. And so basically, she then finds out what happened with Sax, how he botched the investigation. And then she goes to talk to him and go off on him and just be like, he was like, hey, like your sister was an accomplice. Like she wasn't this goody two-shoes that you thought that she was. And so then she decides that she's going to go to Jacob, dig up her body to get this phone that she left in the casket that basically implicates that Angela, basically it implicates Angela because the whole point was she was trying to get her pension. But if you prove that there was like foul play on Angela's end, you don't get your money. So I was like, ma'am, is it really this serious? Even Junior was like, mama, is it this serious? She's like, I want justice for my daughter. I want justice for my sister. And I was like, so you just gonna let go of all this money for your dead sister? She ain't around. Like, I mean, she cool. Like, ain't like she can come back and get you. So just take this money. Like, why are you jeopardizing this? And so she goes through this whole elaborate scheme and how she's going to trick Ghost. So that's why she wants to go see Jamie at Truth, what we saw in the season finale. And then I was just like, but all you did was basically have him say that Angela was helping him, which forfeited the money. It was no information that Jacob could actually use against Jamie. So I was just like, why did we go through all of that? Like, you had to feel stupid. Like, you had to look at yourself in the mirror. Then, like, them little memes when they be like, who's stupid? You. Like, that was you the entire time, Pies. I just really didn't understand what you thought that you were going to do. But then we see that Tasha ends up telling Pies about Ramona. Like, he got a new boo thing. While you sitting up here acting like he loved Joe's sister like that, he got a new little boo thing that he about to ride off into the little sunset with. So I guess this struck a nerve with Pies, okay? So she was already over this entire thing. But in the meantime of all of this, Jacob now, I guess he's become the new Sax. He's become obsessed with this case. Or first he's obsessed with trying to bring Sax down in connection with Jamie and Angela and all of them. And so we see that he went to mock Raggedy Behind, who got a promotion because of Angela. He went to him trying to get information, and Mock was basically like, I'm not helping y'all Raggedy Behind. Like, I don't have time for this. And then we see that Jacob goes to the judge trying to get them to do an arrest warrant. And so he basically tells him the information that Rodriguez, he literally yelled at Rodriguez about this information early in the episode. Like, you basically coerced him into like basically making a false statement in order to save his own behind. But I guess he don't care no more. So he goes to the judge, like, I got this witness, woo, woo, woo. And then we see that Jacob gets a little visitor. Like, excuse me, knock, knock. Who's there? The Democratic Party. And we told you, we're not messing with Jane St. Patrick. So what are you doing? You need to stop it now. If you have goals, if you have dreams, if you have aspirations to be running with the Democratic Party one day, you need to back down. And so I guess Jacob didn't want to listen to them. I guess he don't like being told what he can and what he cannot do. But we later found out, I guess we could wrap up Jacob's story, but we later found out that they find out that he was meddling and still trying to take down Jamie even after they told him no. And I like how they told him, he was like, well, this is the end of the line for you. At least you made it out alive. And he was like, I don't know who you think you know, but I ain't going nowhere. He said, no, boo-boo, that phone call coming real shortly. And it started ring, ring. And then I was like, wow, they acted real fast. And so he basically got fired. And so I love how all of this ties in with this theme. He always wins. Even in Jamie's death, he took down another USA. Like, that has to be a record. Like, you didn't took down another USA from your grave. Like, that's talent right there. I see what you were doing, Jamie, even though I don't think that you're dead. I'll get into that later. But we see that Junior basically ends up taking Paz's gun because she been walking around town with this gun. Then she finally come home, and then she wake up and she see the gun not there. And then Junior all raggedy, greedy behind, acting like he about to do something and go kill Jamie. So she find him. She tell him to go home. I was just like, Junior just got on my nerves this entire episode. I was like, has he been on any more episodes? Or was he just not as annoying as he was to me in this episode? I was like, can someone take him out? I know we're not supposed to be taking the kids out. He's trying to get his education, but he was really disrupting my spirit this whole episode. So we see that she basically goes into Truth. I don't know what the heck she was about to do. So she go into Truth. Then she run into Ramona, old thirsty behind, talking about, it was your kind words that let me know what a good person that Jamie was. And she was like, ma'am, are you serious right now? Why do you even want to be with him? And I was like, thank you, ma'am. Why do you want to be with him, Ramona? Like, why are you so thirsty? Like, why? And so basically they kind of have a little disagreement, and then she leave and walk out. Now she playing with this gun. She following Ghost around the club. She following him. I'm like, what are you going to do? Then she pulling a gun out at her purse. I'm like, Jamie, you ain't got no metal detectors in your club. Like, as much violence that you bring amongst yourself, you don't want to have, like, alarms. Like, especially after y'all got robbed in Truth, like, a couple episodes before, even though it was you didn't want to make sure you had security. I'm just still trying to figure out how, once again, Paz has made it into another building with a gun in her purse, and no one has noticed this. Especially when she was walking around the party with the gun visible. I was like, hey, don't nobody see this gun? Like, once again, I was confused the entire time. So basically, Paz, before she can act like she was gonna pull the trigger. We know she ain't about that life. She realizes her sister put herself in the situation. I was like, thank you. It took 45 minutes for you to figure that out. I don't understand. Actually, it took you a couple seasons plus 45 minutes to figure this out. I was just so confused. But one of the things that I did like about this episode was the interaction between her and her father. So I guess he has dementia or Alzheimer's. I might choking, y'all. He has dementia or Alzheimer's. And so essentially, he keeps confusing her for Angela. The entire episode. And so we find out that Junior Raggedy Behind, after his mama told him not to say nothing about Angela dying, because she was like, what do you want me to keep reliving this with him every single day? So for his own sanity, don't tell him. What he do when she leave him by himself? He tells her, has a panic attack in the hospital. So she goes to talk to her dad, and then you can see that he knows that it's Paz. And so he goes into what her name means. And I was like, peace. Can you give her some peace? Because obviously she don't have it, because she just so consumed with this. And so he kind of tells her the story about how she always feels like she had to try harder than Angela. And so she finally got her peace, y'all. And I was like, okay, she gonna let this go. She's just gonna move on with her life now that she ain't got no money. So we see that she goes to talk to Warner, but then she runs into Rodriguez, and this is where we see Spanky snitch behind, where she finds out that, there's been another shakeup. He doesn't have a job. She says she can't really help her get money. She doesn't think she's going to get the money. Duh, we been knew that. So I'm really choking. So essentially, she asked for another favor. Can she bury her sister? I was like, y'all didn't put her back. Like, you got what you needed. I don't understand why y'all didn't put her right back in the ground. I thought that was disrespectful. So we see she goes to the funeral. She goes to the cemetery to put her back in the grave. Sacks Raggedy behind her. Called in a favor. I was like, you were so disrespectful to Angela. I don't even know why you feel comfortable being here for all of this, but whatever. She gets a call, and then we see that she's at an attorney's office. And I was like, hey, Alvin from the Cosby Show. I can't remember his real name, but his name was Alvin on the show. And so we see that they're settling Jamie's estate. I was like, this was real quick. I was like, I thought he just got murdered, because, she had saw on the TV that he was murdered. And we see Kate Raggedy behind Tommy Mama walk out. She's talking about, my other son, gonna think this is a hoax. So I was like, he really left Kate Raggedy behind some money. I don't know what he left her, but he ended up redoing his will after Angela died. And so basically he left money to Paz. The whole time Paz was trying to get some money, y'all. And then she says, I don't want it. I said, ma'am, I know you done found peace, but you better take that burn money. You ain't got no money. Your Raggedy son definitely ain't got no money, asking can he go to school. I was just like, who are you? Don't be a saint right now. Like, take that money, girl. Then she runs into Tasha. Tasha, I was like, oh, okay, Tasha, you got your wig on? You got a nice little outfit on? I said, where you get all this money, girl? So she was like, wow, he really left you money? I was like, Tasha, this ain't the time, but okay. You don't even look like you sad that he died. And so essentially, Paz asked her, did she kill Ghost? And she's like, no. And then she was like, but she basically ends up telling Paz who killed her sister. I was like, Tasha, snitches get stitches. Why are you snitching all of a sudden? Like, I don't understand. You kept it from her this whole time, and now you want to talk about it. I was just like, for what? She just found peace, and now you done disrupted her peace, and now she can't rest again. And so she tell her son, I need you to go home with your grandfather. I said, Paz, girl, what are you going to do? You're not about this life. And so she goes to Tommy, plays with this gun child, banging on the door. Tommy, open the door. Open the door. I was like, if you're trying to shoot somebody, why are you banging? You just like open the door. And then she realized the door is unlocked. She walks in. Tommy's place is completely empty. We don't know where the heck Tommy is at. But I was just like, ma'am, why you didn't take this money? I was happy you told your raggedy son to sit in the waiting room, because, like, sir, this is grown folks' business. Sit your little greedy raggedy behind back here and let me go handle business. But I was just like, girl, you should have took that money. But can we really talk about the important thing on how, why did we spend a whole episode on Paz? Why? Why do we need a whole episode on Paz? We already knew she went about that life, so y'all really didn't need to go through all of this. They trying to make it seem like Tasha shot him. But we know Tasha ain't about this life either. So I just still think it's Tariq. I really do. I think that whoever did shoot him tried to make it seem like Tommy did it, and that's why Tommy just ran away. But I personally feel that Ghost is not dead. I think Ghost is just chilling somewhere watching the news. Like, yep, I fooled you guys. Hell, I know they dug up Angie's body, but I don't even care. That might not have been her real body. That could have been a little mannequin or something. I don't know. They could have went to the Madame Tussauds Museum and had a whole little replica made. I'm not sure. But I think both of them chilling somewhere, having a good time. They felt like that was the only way for both of them to get out completely with no strings attached. And so I think that they in witness protection. Those are just my thoughts. But I don't think he's dead. I definitely don't think Ghost is dead. I might give it to you that Angie's dead, but I don't know why all of a sudden we start bringing Angela up all of a sudden again. So I just wouldn't even be shocked. Like, if they said she alive, I'd be like, yeah, because, like, we made amends with this, but y'all still talking about her, so I'm just highly confused. But for these last 3 episodes, can you do more than one character in the episode? It looks like we're going to be talking about Vincent, the whole thing with them killing Benny. Tariq's going to be in it. Tasha's going to be in it. It seems like there's more people involved, but there's only 3 episodes left. So I think we need to step it up. This was a wasted episode, you guys. Like, you didn't need all of this. 45 minutes of her walking around pulling a gun in and out of her purse. It was just too much, especially with the son. Don't let him come back for the rest of the season. I just need peace in my life for 3 more episodes. So those are pretty much my thoughts on Power. Season 6, episode 12. He always wins. Even in death, Ghost still wins. So my name is Sharona from Pay Your Weight, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. I'll see you soon.